What's up guys, BARRYGAMING here, back with some more Mythic heroes, and today we're going to be breaking down part of the 1.7 patch, which is hero adjustments and buffs. So some of these are very minor, other ones like the girl you see over there, Izanami, very huge. So let's go through these, let's talk about them, see what they're going to do for most heroes, but let's start off with the hero Artemis. So Artemis is of course in the Luminarch faction, very good. She has a bug fix where it fixes a bug where Artemis's level 400 iconic weapon could sometimes be triggered by her non-critical auto attacks. So that in a way I would say is probably a nerf then from the sounds of it. If we take a look at her weapon here at 400, this one would be if Artemis deals critical damage with her auto attack, deals an extra 4% of the target's max health as damage. So it sounds like previously sometimes the non-crits would actually proc this too. So yes, it's a fix, but that is a nerf to Artemis overall. Is it a big one? We don't really know. Is it a bad one? We'll have to see. Next up, we have a bug fist for one of my I keep saying bug fist. For our bug fix for one of my favorite tank heroes, Athena. So she has a fixed bug where her level 100, 200, and 400 iconic weapon skills only worked on herself, not all of her allies. Now them are working as intended. So when the Aegis of Light shield is active, increases her crit chance for 20% for allies under her protection. So this applies to everybody now. That is really huge. The 100, 200, oh, the 100, 200, 400, not the 300. This one here. They were not recovering their health. That's a huge buff to her. Absolutely huge. So Athena, big buff right there, not too bad. So Dio got some reworks here. The update is saying we wanted to make sure that he is a supporting unit, can protect your whole team. So by increasing the dog chance of your frontline units, that's going to be a big change. So alcoholic, which one? That's this one right here. For every enemy afflicted with mist of wine, poisonous wine, or drunken, increases the attack of your backline allies. That's cool. The one big thing that this changes though is the dodge rate to your front line. Before, I think this still applied to the back line. Now this is essentially letting your frontline tank heroes have higher dodge chance. So that is a huge buff for Dio in a lot of different game modes. I really like that. That is solid. Next up, we have Flora. So Flora's bug fix is fixed a bug where the increased control effect upgrade of Holy Florence level 4 upgrade did not work properly. Now this skill works as intended. Which one was that? This one here. So her level 4, and additionally any control effects on her targets are increased. So I guess that's a big buff there too. A higher chance for her to CC the enemies. That is really solid. Next up, we have Gaia on the list. Gaia's update is to Earthy Vein passive, which is this one right here. This one is basically making it so that the amount of health she has to lose is lower. Previously it was 30 25 20, or sorry, 35 30 25. Now it's 30 25 20% health loss. She gains a stack of Earthly Veins, so that is a big buff right there. She can have it proc more times. Very good. Next up on the list is a Shadow Arc faction hero, Hades. So Hades' update is the cooldown on Shadow Shield has been reduced to increase his survivability during fights. So his Shadow Shield is this one. Hades casts a Shadow Shield on himself, absorbing damage equal to 175% of his attack. Just makes him tankier. Nothing like huge we got to go into that one. It's just a solid buff. Hopefully he lives longer. Next up is Hercules. Fixed a bug where provoked enemies could sometimes still use their active skills. Well, that's annoying. Yeah, this is supposed to make it so that it basically like silences the enemy so they can't use active skills. Again, a buff, aka bug fix. Yeah, there's a lot of bugs in this game, guys. Holy cow. On to Iodune, one of my favorite support heroes. Fixed a bug where her Divine Blessing, which one is that? Right here. Divine Blessing only worked on herself. This skill now works as intended and affects all backline allies. When any backline ally takes damage equal to 10% or more of her health, she spends 80 energy to block that damage. Okay, yeah. Huge survivability bonus then for your team if you're running her. Now, next up, I know I'm talking a little fast. I'm trying to get through the little ones real quick to get to the big ones like this one for Izanami. So Izanami has always been one of the best units for reliable area of effect damage. However, she often fell short when it came to battling single target fights. We have reworked her iconic weapon skill. So we're going to be talking about the weapon here, the Lamp of Yomi, to help her when it's coming to boss fights and dealing single target damage. So she has some bug fixes, some reworks, and some updates. Number one, the bug fix for her. Fixed a bug where Izanami would collect fewer ghosts from her active skill than intended. So yeah, if she wasn't collecting enough, that's not increasing her attack per second and everything. So that is really huge. Number one is the active ability for life drain. Here we go, life drain. So this one here is it changed from dealing 75% to 80% damage every 0.5 seconds. And then of course level 3 is now up to 90 and 100, up from 80 and 85. So not like a huge jump, but quite significant enough. Her ultimate ability got a rework as well, Breath of the Dead. So this one here is going to go from 3% of her attack up to 5%, almost doubling that at that point, which is really strong. And then lastly, her weapon. So her iconic weapon levels 100, 200, and 400, so all but this third one right here, will provide the following effects. When there are 5 enemies on the battlefield, increase the damage dealt by Breath of the Dead by 6, 8, 10%. Each time an enemy dies, deals another 6, 8, 10% of additional damage when the skill is used again. This damage boost is capped at 30%, 40%, and up to 50% when there are only 1 enemy on the battlefield. So that's where the buff comes in, is if you want more single target damage, you have to make sure you have the upgraded lamp, because that's where most of her damage is going to be coming from. So that is not too bad there. Let's move on to the next hero though, in the Guardian faction. I don't really even have her built up, do I? Jeez, Joan of Arc. Okay, so she's getting a rework to her iconic weapon skills. They're doing a lot of weapon skill upgrades to 100, 200, and 400. These are going to be now providing more recovery of health per second, as well as her ultimate ability here. Her ultimate is going to give the immunity effects provided by Joan's ultimate can no longer be dispelled. So that is really huge. It cannot be removed. Very big buff for Joan of Arc, in my opinion. Now, the next hero, I don't use that often, but I know a lot of people have a ton of luck and a ton of love for Medusa. She's going to be getting some passive rework. So, first off, we have the Arrow of Corruption. This one has her auto attack has a 33% chance to recover 100% of her attack as health. That is changed previously to giving her 75% lifesteal. So that is a buff right there to survivability. And level 2 and level 3 are getting the buffs as well, which is absolutely huge. Now, next up, we have a bunch of bug fixes. We're going to try to hit these up really quickly because, again, a lot of these bug fixes are just straight up buffs to certain heroes. Oberon fixed a bug where Oberon's left and right blades had inconsistent attack distances, so that's just in your actual battles themselves. Percy fixed a bug where nether flowers were sometimes still in effect even after she had been defeated. So that one's a nerf for her right there. Not the best, but yeah, okay. Susano update. Change the description of his level 400 iconic weapon skill to be consistent with his other skills. Description fix was the last sword hit with Phantom Fury deals damage equal to 20% of their lost health, changed from current health. So the description has been changed. Don't think that anything actually changed, but you never know. Next up, TNM bug fix. The level 200 and 300 iconic weapon skills now work properly according to their descriptions. I don't know if that's a buff or a nerf, it doesn't say, but it works properly now, so okay. Next up, we have the tanky boy right here, the You Are Here Typhon bug fix. Fixed a bug that Typhon's ultimate Chaos Storm can sometimes be dodged by allies. Okay, that's pretty cool. And they changed one of his abilities here, the Titan Shield. When the Titan Shield is destroyed, it will deal 15% of his max health as true damage instead of each enemy's health. So make him super tanky, give him tons of stats. Could be pretty solid. We have a change to Western Queen, actually a bug fix. Western Queen's Blue Bird right here, Bluebird's favor, now correctly calculates the buff based on Western Queen's basic stats, not her ally stats. Okay, so this is where... Yeah, this is where I thought it was really weird how they worded it when she came out. You're going to need her to have attack to really give them a good boost. So yeah, make sure that happens. And then lastly on the list is actually another decent buff, at least I think it is, to Zeus, a hero that a lot of people use. Zeus needed some love beyond his early game usage and has been adjusted to be more reliable source of damage. Number one is a bug fix, fixed a bug where the Voltic shield amount is less than it was supposed to be. This skill now works as intended, so sure. That works out good. They have an update to increase Zeus's attack restoration rate, allowing for faster casting of his ultimate ability, Wrath of God. And they updated Wrath of God's level 3. Zeus attacks have a 100% chance, or sorry, this is supposed to be level 4. They wrote level 3. It used to be a 35%. Now it is a 100% chance of generating an additional lightning bolt to strike a random target. Oh no, I guess that is level 3 here. So they didn't actually have a percentage anymore. It just goes from 35% to 100. So yeah, that's some good damage buff. So let me know what you guys think. Honestly, out of all these, I do think Izanami's change is probably the most significant, but have you guys noticed anything else that's really like any of these bug fixes that made you like stronger, weaker? Leave a comment down below. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and we'll be going over more 1.7 stuff because there is a ton, and I'll see you guys next time.